Pumpkin has been exposed for cheating on Josh while she was married to him, and some people are speaking out and exposing Pumpkin even more, claiming that she got over on them and took their money and never paid them back. So shout out to the mamajune from Not to Hot subreddit. I was sitting there snooping on there earlier and I came across this post, and in the first episode of this season of mamajune, Pumpkin opens up about the fact she wants to start this whole vendor event where she has over 50 vendors that pay $50 a piece. She even went to meet the mayor to inquire about this vendor event. One Redditor said, I went to the Sisters Closet location back in December for the Christmas market that was supposed to vend at. Turns out that the Pumpkin canceled it and didn't tell the vendors. Anyhow, after watching last night's episode, I realized that their business location looked way different on the show. That's because it was a fake location for the business and not the real location. Anywho, don't support the ish business when it gets relaunched. You'll get scammed out of your money too. Someone said, I remember your post from the day of the event. Did she ever reach out or respond at all about this? So shitty of her. And they said, nope, never. And she also denied all my Venmo requests for a refund. Then someone said, did you ever find out why no one else showed up at all? And they said, I have no clue. I vended at the market that's going to be featured on the show in season 7, episode 2. So this next episode. I had a great time and I sold a lot of merch. I got an email a few months later about a holiday market that she was hosting. I signed up immediately. Day of the event, I showed up and there was no one there. I guess she canceled it a while back, but only posted about the cancellation one time on her Facebook page. Oh my gosh, that would have to suck so much to travel there, to make a whole day of it, and then having to make all the inventory for that day just to find out that it doesn't even happen. I guess she canceled it a while back, but only posted about the cancellation one time on her Facebook page. I don't use Facebook, so I never saw the announcement. It's very likely that no one else signed up for this holiday market. I honestly don't know. Either way, Pumpkin owes me $50 for the booth. Oh my gosh. It's one thing after another. Then this girl named Kara came out and revealed that her and Pumpkin were pretty much bumping coochies while she was married to Josh. I was in a secret relationship with a reality TV star. Then she shares like a little show that's only on for a few seasons. And then she shares a video with Pumpkin and then a video of Alana. So guys, buckle up because we have a lot to unpack, including what she shared in a recent live and screenshots of conversations between Pumpkin and this girl, and screenshots of conversations between Pumpkin and her current boyfriend Darren, aka Josh's cousin. So LB shared a clip of Kara's live, so check out her channel if you want to see the full live, but I'm gonna share all the highlights. So pretty much she revealed that she was messing around with Pumpkin for over 4 years while Pumpkin was married to Josh. So I guess they were messing around and Pumpkin was swearing up and down that she was done with Josh, that she was going to divorce Josh, and that he had moved out. Meanwhile, this girl was spending all day, every day with Pumpkin, but she was noticing when she wasn't with Pumpkin that Pumpkin wasn't really texting her much, and she was very distant. So that was a major red flag for her. And then later she found out that Pumpkin and Josh weren't divorced. Josh was just out of town, out of state, working, trying to make money to help provide for their family. Meanwhile, Pumpkin's back at home cheating with this girl. And the whole family knew about it. I guess this girl claimed that she would go over there and hang out with June and Alana and Draylon. The whole gang was over there. Anna was there. She was very close with Pumpkin's daughter, Ella, and she even had videos that was shared of her holding hands at a park with Ella when she was like 4 years old, and she said she was even playing like stepdaddy to Ella at one point. things were going great. She said Pumpkin was a little freak in the bed. But then suddenly, one day, Pumpkin was at her house, I believe, with this girl, Kara, and all her family was there. June, Alana, Anna. And then Pumpkin stepped outside, and Kara noticed that Pumpkin was deleting messages out of her phone. She could see her doing this through the window, but Pumpkin had no idea she could see her. So when she came back inside, Pumpkin sat her phone down, and Kara took the opportunity to pick up her phone. Before this, she just trusted Pumpkin blindly and never went through her phone, but she's like, no, I gotta get some answers. She opened up her phone, and she realized that Pumpkin had deleted over 2,500 messages between her and Josh, but right when she picked up the phone, a message came in from Josh where Josh was like, I love you and I miss you, baby. And she's like, yeah, I love you too. I can't wait till you're home. And she's like, oh, hell no. She went and she threw the phone at Pumpkin and confronted Pumpkin. After that, Kara was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to move on. It looks like Pumpkin's not going to give up on Josh. She's been telling me this forever. She still hasn't moved on. I don't think she ever is going to. So finally, she moved on and she found a new girl. And then suddenly, Pumpkin reaches out right after her and Josh split and Josh moved out, and she's like, oh hey, just letting you know, me and Josh are done for good. I want you to come home, baby. I miss you. And she's like, no, I've moved on with somebody right now. And she's like, well, you know what, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to think about if you want to be with me and see where this goes, or if you want to stay with your girl. And so 2 weeks on the dot, Pumpkin posted and went Facebook and social media official with Josh's cousin Darren, which is the man that she's currently with. So she's like, okay, looks like Pumpkin's moved on. So she stayed with her girl. And then apparently Pumpkin reached out again just in April, just 2 months ago, while she was with Darren. And she's like, okay, what are you trying to do, Pumpkin? You're with Darren. And she's like, well, you know, Darren said I can have an open relationship, so I want you to be my hall pass. And she's like, wait a minute. I'm not trying to be your hall pass. I'm trying to be your girl. But she's like, I want to know, like, what you're trying to make of this. Am I going to be your girlfriend? Kara was asked, well, did Josh know about all this? And she said Josh had no idea at first, but he did eventually find out after he got a hold of some pictures and videos of Pumpkin in Kara's bed where she had a vibrator. So, yeah, he pretty much knew what was going on at that point. So now, these are conversations between Pumpkin and Kara just a few months ago where she's venting about her relationship with Darren. She said, I feel like I'm going crazy, dog. This mother effer went to his baby mama's house today before the T-ball game and afterwards. Wasn't very long, but even after we had a conversation about him not doing that, because the bitch still don't know her place. And that's the same girl that he married like 3 times back to back. Second off, Lana called me earlier and tells me he has a secret snap that popped up on her phone. Mind you, a few months ago, we both deleted both of our snaps. Tell me I'm not effing crazy. And she said, you ain't crazy, he's sneaky. And then she said, and what do I even say? Because mother effer, I cannot keep stressing the same shit like I did with the last mother effer for 10 years. But he's going to want to change. And really, I'm happy. But some days when it's days like this, I feel disrespected and not heard that it has me in a funk like a bitch. Like 2 weeks ago, he literally reached out to 2 different females who, mind you, he has effed before, telling them I'm not a good housekeeper, that I don't clean up, the laundry's wrinkly, like just stupid ass shit, really, in my opinion, because it's very hard to find something that is wrong with me. I get my own money, I pay my own bills, I'm independent. Then this is a message from just a few months ago, allegedly, where Pumpkin was asking Kara to join her and Darren. She said, BITCH, you know me so well. I don't think jealousy would play a big factor, but I do think I would still have jealous tendencies, if that makes sense. And he hasn't cheated, but we've been talking about it because his whole thing is he'd like to get some strange, but still have what we have. I think Pumpkin wants to get some strange too and still have what she has. And she said, this is recent, asking me to join her and Darren. I played into it for this reason. She told me everything. Next, these are conversations between Kara, the girl Pumpkin was messing around with, and a blogger. So this blogger said, so were you close to Jessica and Alana too? How did they react to all this? Sad for you. And she said, hell yeah, we were close. I was over there every single day and they all lived together. They're 100% supportive and they didn't like Josh at all. They helped Pumpkin play the games and helped her lie. And that just hurt like a mother effer. And you know, I would have felt so betrayed if that was Josh, knowing that her family is in on her cheating with her. And then she said, yeah, they talked all the time. The show's fake as hell. Pumpkin just be popping perks. And Josh had a problem with coke. Pumpkin lit all his shit on fire when she found it in his pocket. I remember that shit. She called my ass. And then the blogger said, yes, we know lots about them. And then she said, I hung out with Draylon and Alana a lot because Pumpkin would leave and go do things. Draylon was in the streets doing thug shit and effing around, and Alana was just hopelessly in love with him. But he didn't give a F, it seemed like. But I guess one day he decided he actually liked her, but that was after I left. Then this is a message between Pumpkin and Darren. I believe Pumpkin is the one texting. That's what the people on Reddit were saying. These messages were shared on Reddit, but I believe these were taken from a TikToker. So if anybody knows the TikToker, sound off in the comments below so I can give them credit. But apparently she said, as far as the sex thing, that's not all talking in circles. You said a few months back I could start it more, and I've done my best to be 50-50 with you. But now it's like when you have to start it, you don't want it. The same way I suck you off before we get started sometimes, I want the same thing. Okay, that's why Pumpkin's still trying to mess with this girl, because she wants to get her coochie ate. Sounds like Darren's not a big fan of going down on women, and she wants that. And she goes on to say, the way I take your clothes off ready to effing pounce you, I just want to get that sometimes too. Yes, you do start it, but I also assumed it was 50-50, so I assume I was wrong there as well, and that's my fault. The rules were rules. You made the rules so clearly, I just needed to be more clear that we could have a normal conversation with each other. We discussed that we could talk about. Thinking about it all makes me sick to my effing stomach. I really get effing nauseous during the day because of the thought of losing you, even after I've done all I can effing do. I do want this to work 1,000%. If you remember correctly, I was the one asking you to stay, not you. Not you having to worry about if I love you today or tomorrow. I love you more than anything in this effing world, and I provided that time and time again. But just like me today, the one time I'm in my head, it's not okay, but you completely shut me out on days like I had today, and then I have to beg for you to communicate. And then she goes on to say, I've also tried to be better and do better on my end. I put that on everything I love, including my child. Oh no, she didn't. But no one sees that. I wasn't trying to be distant the day you broke things off. I was just busy at work. And then she goes on to say, you don't think I tell them that? Feels like everything's working against this relationship. These are conversations between Pumpkin and Kara back when Pumpkin was still married to Josh. So Kara said, how stupid I look wanting to marry a married BITCH. How I want to spend the rest of my life with a person who made that promise to someone else before. I was over it. I'm over it. Then Pumpkin said, you assume I still want him. They don't know that I actually effing hate being around him. His presence is annoying. I get aggravated all the time with him. Okay, so I guess Pumpkin was sending messages between her and Darren to this Kara girl, and she said, okay, so this man doesn't love you as much as you love him, and y'all aren't going to be living together, and y'all still want the open relationship. Baby, for real, it just sounds like he wants to cheat. But that's pretty much it, guys. I have some other tea, but I'm going to save it for a separate video when I do the mamajune recap, because this video is already getting long enough. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.